Hi everyone, welcome to my TED Talk. My name is Chelsea Poku, and today we will be discussing my leadership philosophy. I think that the best way of talking about my current leadership philosophy is by talking about my past leadership philosophy, or at least how I became a leader, because that is how I got to where I am now. And I'll start off by saying that I was born in Plano, Texas, raised in a very great family. I was a very academic student, I still am, and the way I fell upon different leadership opportunities was through my church, the Presbyterian Church. And they provide a lot of opportunities mainly because they think that the youth are the best way to get involved and to really grow the church. And this is what helped me to become the leader I am now. They had so many training sessions to be small group leaders, much like the mentor groups here at Baylor. And they also allowed me to be a part of different planning teams for different events, working with other youth to plan amazing events to praise and worship God. And I think those opportunities are really what spoke to my leadership style and how I became who I am with my leadership philosophy. So what is my leadership philosophy, or at least what was it then? I'm going to say this, it's very similar to what it is now because I've had training in leadership. I would say that there isn't much of a difference between before I took the course and after, but as far as the true difference between it is that I'm more educated in the way I describe my leadership style. I have terms, I have actual validated styles and philosophies that Northouse has mentioned in his book. And one thing that I knew for sure before I took this course, my leadership style was very interrelational. I am a very personal leader. I love compassion and having heart to heart with other people and understanding others. I always learn to let others speak and be creative and give other people the chance to really let themselves develop in a group. But I think one of the things that I think through situational leadership is that I've learned through this course is that you also have to put in a little bit of authority and not necessarily being a dictator, but putting in enough effort and control into the groups. That way, when things go wrong, you're equipped and you're ready to take control of the situation and make it better. And I think as a small group leader or a mentor to other children, I think it's kind of something that isn't emphasized because you don't want to give the wrong feeling or the wrong meaning behind your leadership. And I think that's why people don't usually say that up front as a way to go about things, but I've had to use it a couple times, especially when people have not been very cooperative when I've been a leader. But I think it's the last resort, but it's something that needs to be talked about as when giving people tools as a leader. And I also think that leadership is something that should be passed forward now, because after reading the book, it just really helped me to realize that as a leader, you can't just do things alone, and you can't just, depend on yourself being the only leader, because being a leader can be hard and challenging, and without others, your followers, you wouldn't be able to do half the work that you do, and it's sometimes hard to be the only leader. So that's why I would say that my current leadership philosophy or personal mission is different, because I strive to make other people leaders, not just myself. And I still check up on myself and make sure that I'm still developing as a leader, but I want other people to grow also. I would also say that something that is very similar to who I was, or I still am the same person, but in a more developed sense, I would say that servant leadership has really described and put together my leadership style since before this leadership course in a more sophisticated sense, and also authentic leadership, because I do love being genuine. And I think it's hard, but I want to be genuine. And that's what I've always tried to focus on. And having heart and compassion and putting others first, that was my leadership style before this course, and that is definitely my leadership now. I think it's just really encouraged me to just be more of myself and really just know who I am. And I think that is my leadership philosophy as a whole, just being relatable and putting others first, but also knowing when to take control, or at least guide others and help others to be like me, be a leader. And I think that's something that every leader or person needs to know, that you can't just be the only leader and you can't just do it alone, but you also have to put in some effort, and you also have to help others and be relatable and treat others kindly. And I think that's the best way to describe my leadership philosophy compared to my past and compared to now. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day.